back to the channel. As y'all came back, thank our new subscribers that joined in. Thank you all for watching that last video. I didn't think it was going to take off that well, but it actually did pretty good. So as you saw from the intro, I made a buy. I'm starting to work on my miter station, and I needed kitchen cabinets and did not have the money to pay for kitchen cabinets, so I bought junk ones from Lowe's. You saw what they look like. I went and bought some 3/4 ply and put new plywood all on the backs of them. So I fixed this drawer, bent those straight, drawer opens and closes. And I fixed this one as well. So, I mean, they're not perfect, but they'll work. This one I got from a buddy of mine. It was not part of the buy, but I got all three. I got those two white cabinets and that cabinet from Lowe's for $86. And they're like $300 a piece or something like that. I know the white ones at least were. So these two here, I'm gonna paint white. I know white in the shop's probably not a good idea, but I really don't care. It's what I got, it's easy. Those two are already white. These two are gonna be white. So I'm gonna drag these out this morning. I got some spray paint, just gonna spray paint them white. I'm gonna sand that one, take the handles off, and take the hardware off, sand it, and paint it. This one was a little shorter, but thankfully it was exactly pretty much the height of a 2x4. So I stacked a couple 2x4s, one on the front, one on the back, brought it up to almost the perfect height. I may have to sand it down a bit, but that's fine, I'll do that. They'll work. I don't know what's up with this, why it's missing a gap and it's got a piece missing, but I really don't care because again, they're shop cabinets. They don't have to be perfect. So, and I am gonna fix that this week too. I'm gonna lift that up another 8 inches. I was wrong. Standard height for a door is 6'8". That's 6 foot. As soon as I put it up, that was too low. So I'm gonna fix that. As you can see, what you saw earlier, those I'm starting to work on the countertops for it, which are gonna be out of red oak that I've got sitting over here. I'm gonna try to get that cut and glued together today is my hope. So I'm gonna get that done. Gonna be beautiful the next 2 days. We're talking 81 degrees today, 84, 85 tomorrow. So for the beginning of March, that's freaking awesome. So we're gonna get rocking and rolling on all of this. So come along. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's get to work. All right, well, that's just the first coat. Probably could have sanded a couple of them beforehand, but I really don't care. They're gonna use to put shit in and hold up a countertop. So however they look, they look. So I went through one can to do those, and I'm gonna use the other can to do a second coat on them here in a little bit and put them back in place and start working on the countertop. Now I'm gonna use the track saw to cut straight edge on this. Probably make it into 2 cuts here. That way it's not as much of a pain on the table saw doing it by myself. That, and as most of you know, me and that table saw didn't get along a few months back, and it cut off a quarter of my fingertip. So I'm still a little nervous. We'll call it gun shy around it. So, all right, usually when I'm doing this, I just try to find, I start at the smaller end of the log. Remember, these are live edge. So tree's always fatter at the bottom than it is at the top. That's what she said. So we are at 17. So I think we're gonna shoot for like 15 inches. That should work. So we'll make a mark here. And no matter what this is down here, I'm just going at 15 inches to try to make it the same. So this one doesn't have a ton of taper to it, so that's actually pretty good. Take this, get this clamp down. going pretty well. A good straight edge on that. I think I'm just gonna leave it whole the way it is. I gotta re-level this one over here. My little handy helpers over here. And we'll run them through the table saw and get them cut up and then see what we've got as far as what it looks like laid out. And we'll get the small planer set up because my big one's still not working. So I'll get the small one set up and start running these through and get them smoothed down and see if we can't get them glued up today. Good morning. So, seen throughout the video here, so you can probably a week's worth of video at this point. It's Sunday morning, and as you probably saw, I started planing all the stuff for the countertops, and yesterday I got them all glued up, both of them. So today we're gonna cut these to final size and start sanding them. We'll have to do quite a bit, a little more sanding than I had hoped. It didn't quite turn out the way I wanted to. There's some edges and stuff and all there, but I think for who they are and what they're going to do, they'll work just fine. Also, I fixed the door. It is now 6'8", not 6 foot. I added an extra 8 inches, so the block right here, just blocked it up, cut those shorter. Super easy. It took me maybe 20 minutes, if that. So that's done as well. So this week has been super busy with the countertops. I've been trying to video as much of that as I possibly can. So we're going to try to get these countertops pretty much buttoned up today and hopefully installed onto the cabinets. Getting a little bit of a late start today. It's Sunday, not in a huge rush of stuff, but I'm going to set this thing up and we're going to get these clamps off and see what these countertops look like. All right. Now I'm half expecting these to be halfway glued to it, but I'll bang them off with a hammer. A lot of this is going to get cut down anyway, so hopefully they're not on there too tight, but we'll see what happens. This is the walnut that I want to use. It's from an old project that I had going on. I'm going to plane it down, cut it into some strips, and glue it on. So hopefully this will work out pretty well too. This is what I'm going to use for the banding on this side and then this side. So that's my plan. I think this will turn out pretty nice when it's all said and done. At least I hope it does. Let's see. Cool. All right. Those did not stick near as bad as I thought they would. So that's awesome. And the same over here. Take all these loose. break out the old Festool Rotex and start sanding. All right, that is cut the final size, 67 inches. That gives me just about an inch overhang on that side. So, on to the next one. All right, we're set up. We're gonna get cranking on the sanding. I'm gonna start with 60 grit on my Rotex on the coarse setting, which it should. It is set on that, and see what we can sand out of this and make it pretty decent. Well, it's done. I finished off the miter station this past week. I want to thank you all for sticking with me. I know this video has been taking a little while to get out, but I've really been trying to get this thing knocked out and done, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. I got my T-track in here, got everything done, got the cabinets all cleaned up, painted, all that. I did, deer antlers for the handles, which I had a couple extras laying around, and all. I got my dust collection in, so we got this right here. Goes right to the miter saw, but I can also unplug it. And I've got hoses over here that I can hook up for my sander, my track saw, whatever I need. And I also have got a hose hook up here on the other side. I need to make it a little bit longer, but this will work for my small planer at the moment until I get the big one back up and running, which should be here soon, I hope. But this all turned out really, really well. I got my son's 3D printer over here for right now. It's not going to live here, but he's been dying to use it, so I set it up over here for him. But this all turned out. I couldn't be happier. This is what I planned on. This is what I wanted. It's almost too damn pretty to work on. It's going to get worked on for sure, but it really turned out nice, and I'm super happy with how this turned out. It started out with 3 junk cabinets from Lowe's. As you saw in the beginning of the video, they were all busted up. I repaired them, put them all in. I painted them. A couple weren't painted white. I know white's probably not the best color for a shop, but I don't care. They're shop cabinets. It's good enough for who it's for. It is what it is. They really turned out nice though. I'm super happy with how all of this came together. There's a few more things, like I want to do the dust collection port back behind here yet too. I just don't have the stuff to do that. I will be in a video upgrading this cheap Harbor Freight dust collector. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube already about it. I'm going to make my own as well because I'm pretty much taking their ideas. That'll really help improve the air quality in the shop and the suction of the dust collection in itself. Plus being able to remove the bag. I'm actually going to be disposing and getting rid of the bag completely. So it'll make getting rid of the dust a lot easier. That'll be coming up in the future, probably in another month or so. But when I do that, I will be adding in an extra port behind here, and possibly I may even put a dedicated port right behind here for the miter saw. Just a short hose to go right down in there. I think we all know as woodworkers, dust collection on a miter saw is a pain, but I'm gonna do the best I can with it. But I am so happy. This is all level all the way across. I did a walnut banding around the edges. It's all red oak. Big thing is, I'm not into this for much. It's less. This whole thing is less than $100 for me. I know a lot of you probably it's not going to be the same, just because you don't have a sawmill, you can't mill your own lumber, But I'm into this. These cabinets, and I will recommend this if you want to build something like this, and you want to get cabinets and all, or you're just looking for cabinets for your shop, either hang on the wall or put underneath your, go check out Home Depot or Lowe's and ask them, do you have damaged cabinets? Chances are they probably do in the back, and you can get them for a fraction of the price. I got 3 of these cabinets. This one here I got from a friend of mine. He had up in his shop or had up in his loft. Wasn't using it. He gave it to me. But the 3 big cabinets I got for $86 total. And then the T-Track is just probably cheap T-Track from Amazon. I think it was like $30. So, what does that put me in? Just over $100 to build the whole thing. This thing really, like I said, it really turned out good. Everything came together the way that I wanted. It was all up in my head. I didn't draw anything. This is just what I wanted. When I built this shop, this is what I envisioned to have in here. Something nice. I'm also going to be building a 4 foot by 8 foot outfeed table for my table saw that is going to be similar to this. I am going to do a walnut banding on it. I don't think I'm going to do red oak as the top, just to save me some time and all with that. I do have the red oak available to do it, but I don't think I'm going to, it's not cut yet. It's still in logs. But I really want to thank you all for watching this video and, having your patience with me to get this video out. I know it's probably been 2 or 3 weeks since I put a video out. I know I put a couple teasers out here or there on my social media platforms, but really want to thank you all for hanging in and watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer every single one. I really enjoy the comments, and I enjoy responding to all of y'all, so I really appreciate that. So don't forget, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Share this video with anybody you think may like a project like this. There are some spots I cut out on it just because I was so busy trying to get it done. It does take time to make these videos and move cameras around and all that. But, I did the best I could to capture all the big processes of the build. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. Please hit the like and the subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you.